My name is Caitlin Mastroflippo, and I will be presenting about growth mindset. To begin, let's uncover your mindset. Complete the mindset quiz and total your score. If you scored a 22 to 30, you have a strong growth mindset. A 17 to 21, you have a growth mindset with some fixed ideas. 11 to 16, you have a fixed mindset with some growth ideas. And 0 to 10, you have a strong fixed mindset. This is only your current mindset. Over time, with new knowledge and new experiences, your mindset could change. According to Dr. Carol Dweck, mindset is the level at which we believe we can develop and grow in our abilities. The most important thing is understanding the difference between growth mindset and fixed mindset. In growth mindset, we believe we can achieve intelligence and abilities through hard work. With a growth mindset, we can gain knowledge through perseverance and engagement in a subject area. In fixed mindset, on the other hand, we believe intelligence is something we are born with, which is a common misconception. When we have a fixed mindset, we think we can no longer gain intelligence, and what we are born with is all we will ever have. Mindset is domain specific, so we may have growth mindset in one subject and fixed mindset in another. Growth mindset is important for our students and ourselves because it is the fundamental belief that they are in control of their learning success. When students believe they can gain intelligence, they understand that hard work and effort help them to achieve. Before starting this course, I believe I had mixed mindsets. There are subjects such as math that I already had a growth mindset in, but when it comes to something like writing, I had more of a fixed mindset. Writing has always been a struggle for me, and I just thought I would always be a bad writer. Throughout this course, I have learned I need to have a different attitude about writing to be able to succeed at it. Now I will look at my failures as opportunities to grow. I will take the feedback and turn it into a positive to improve my writing and myself. I am more aware that my efforts and attitude determine my ability. I no longer think I'm not a good writer, but I think I'm not a good writer yet. With a fixed mindset, our students think they can either do it or they can't. This is limiting because it hinders important skill development and growth when students say they can't instead of giving it a try. When students have a fixed mindset, they look at feedback as criticism instead of using it constructively to learn and grow. According to Albert Bandura, self-efficacy is our belief that affect our confidence to complete given tasks. If our students believe they will succeed at a task, they have high self-efficacy. If our students believe they will fail at a certain task, they have low self-efficacy. Like mindset, self-efficacy is domain-specific, so our students can have varying levels of self-efficacy based on experiences and what they believe they can achieve. As you can see, self-efficacy and learning are closely linked. Self-efficacy is formed through these 4 different experiences. Mastery experiences are a past history of success or failure. So for example, I got an A in algebra, so I feel good about algebra 2. Vicarious experiences, assessments of our capabilities based on how well someone of similar abilities does. For example, my sister, who is just as smart as I am, got an A in algebra, so I think I will ace the class as well. Social influence, the way we view our abilities based on others' opinions, such as teachers, friends, and family. For example, I don't think I will do well on my algebra test because my mom said she is worried for me. And physiological experiences, the way our body and mind tell us how we will do. For example, there is a pit in my stomach just thinking about taking my algebra test. The brain continues to change as we learn throughout our entire lives. We have billions of neurons in our brain that share chemical messages as we are learning. The neurons listen and talk to each other, delivering messages. Myelin then develops to solidify learning and ensure faster processing. This process is what allows things to become easier for us to remember. Sharing with students that their brain actually grows when they keep trying until they succeed is a helpful tool when teaching students about growth mindset. Emotions play a big role in our students' learning. Learning can be positive where students feel confident, motivated, and excited, but it can also be negative where students feel anxious, unmotivated, and unintelligent. The negative feelings may lead to automatic thoughts. We can help a student who has automatic thoughts by using growth mindset. We can show them an alternate way to think about things. Teaching our students about self-compassion could also be a way to help against these automatic thoughts. We can model self-compassion to our students by using self-kindness, common humanity, and mindfulness. Unfortunately, many of my students walk into my classroom having negative feelings about math. In Matthew Berenven's book, Teach Like This, Not Like That, I like his method of acknowledging mistakes in the classroom. He goes on to say that everyone makes mistakes, and in the math classroom, they can stem from a lot of different things, such as calculation errors or lack of understanding. How we handle the mistakes determines the classroom environment. Accepting and learning from mistakes makes students better problem solvers. For example, I encourage students to put problems on the board, even when they are not confident about their answers. I tell them I like the mistakes made on the board because it is a learning opportunity for the entire class. Berenven also suggests rewarding students for catching our mistakes. It is easy to make mistakes as we are writing on the board as teachers, but when students catch our mistakes, we can use it as an opportunity to reward students for smart thinking. Forming a classroom environment where mistakes are encouraged and positively corrected make for a great growth mindset classroom. Motivation plays a large role in our students' learning. Intrinsic motivation is the gratification we get from our achievements. We are motivated by our own accomplishments because it proves our hard work has been successful. Extrinsic motivation, however, is about the outcome and not how we get there. Our students are extrinsically motivated through rewards such as stickers or praise. It is more likely a student who is intrinsically motivated has a growth mindset, whereas a student who needs extrinsic motivation is more likely to have a fixed mindset. It is important for our students to feel a sense of autonomy. To reach this autonomy, students need to feel as though their successes, or failures for that matter, are a direct consequence of their choices. Autonomy helps students to reach a growth mindset. Resilience also plays an important part in the motivation for our students. Resilience allows students to keep working even through the struggles and failures. There's a powerful connection between resilience and mindset. The more our students are able to push through the obstacles, the closer they will be to having a growth mindset. Sunil Singh describes in his book, The Hidden Happiness of Mathematics, the mathematicians who demonstrated resilience. Mathematicians such as Pythagoras dedicated so much of their lives to a single problem. They worked on a single question with no guarantee of success. Singh explains this as resilience of the mind, body, and soul. Unfortunately, in my classroom, I see students lacking resilience. They give up very quickly when they cannot reach an answer. Jessica Boston's article, Why I Teach Students Multiple Strategies to Solve Math Problems, has helped me with this. She explains that when she teaches students multiple ways to solve math problems, and then lets students choose the strategy that works best for them, it really works. Giving students options makes it more likely that they will be engaged in their work. It also motivates students to work hard and participate. Parent influence plays a large role in our students' mindsets as well. The idea of academic socialization explains how parents' mindsets and self-efficacy beliefs about their own abilities influences the beliefs of their children. If a parent shares positive messages about learning and their own experiences, the child is more likely to approach learning with a positive attitude. On the other hand, if a parent shares negative messages about learning and their own experiences, the child is more likely to approach learning with a negative attitude. The children who come from households with fixed mindsets need additional support from us as teachers. Keeping the focus on growth mindset when communicating with parents is extremely important. It is important as teachers that we identify the potential in all of our learners. The middle-of-the-road learners are sometimes the hardest to identify. These are our students who are doing well and getting by. We may not give them all the attention or the extra push that they need. To support these learners, we first need to identify that the student is capable of more and then get the student to agree. Challenging these students is crucial for both their academic growth and their mindset. We also cannot forget about our highest and lowest groups. Typically, these students tend to get more attention, but it is important we support their growth mindset as well. Many people have a misconception of students that are part of the Gifted and Talented program. They think these students are super smart in all academic aspects, but this is not always the case. These students have a variety of different strengths and weaknesses. It is our duty as teachers to give these students the guidance, support, and challenges that they need to succeed. We want them to have a positive mindset about learning rather than feeling the pressure that they have to be the best at everything or viewing themselves as outcasts. The following video shows us the myths about gifted students we need to be aware of. As teachers, we should focus on praising students' efforts rather than their end results. Praising efforts in the process a student takes increases growth mindset. A student then believes that you believe they can do it, and it reinforces resilience and persistence. Praising efforts can also increase students' intrinsic motivation, whereas praising the end result can cause fixed mindset for students who got the problem wrong or never reached the answer. We want to praise efforts to encourage students to be vulnerable to learn. Here's a quick summary of what we covered throughout the presentation. Mindset is the level at which we believe we can develop and grow in our abilities. In growth mindset, we believe we can achieve intelligence and abilities through hard work. In fixed mindset, we believe we can no longer gain intelligence, and what we are born with is all we will ever have. Growth mindset is important because it is the fundamental belief that we are in control of our learning and success. When students believe they can gain intelligence, they understand that hard work and effort help them to achieve. With a fixed mindset, our students think they can either do it or they can't. This is limiting because it hinders important skill development and growth when students say they can't instead of giving it a try. Intrinsic motivation is the gratification we get from our achievements. Extrinsic motivation, however, is about the outcome and not how we get there. It is more likely a student who is intrinsically motivated has a growth mindset, whereas a student who needs extrinsic motivation is more likely to have a fixed mindset. As teachers, we should focus on praising students' efforts rather than their end result. Praising efforts and the process a student takes increases growth mindset. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed the presentation.